2025 is off to a great start. I've spent the last 3 weeks training in South Africa, where I've smashed all of my previous training PBs. After running an insane 200 metre session last episode, I've somehow managed to go even faster. In preparation for the indoor sprint season, I'm pushing myself right to the limit. And finally, I'm in the shape of my life. So let's take a look at how I'm preparing to take down my personal best in the 200. Welcome back to another episode. We're here in Stellenbosch, South Africa. This is the second week of my training camp. First week went really well. If you didn't watch that video, watch that one first. Those of you that did watch the last video, you'll have seen that we ran on the Opto Jump timing gate system and we measured my peak velocity and split times, and I ran PBs on both of them. Now today, we're finishing off the profile by measuring my top end speed. Based on my numbers from last week, I think the aim has got to be for me to hit over 11 meters per second. If I can touch above 11 meters a second, that would definitely put me in PB shape for the 100. Those of you that already know me know that I'm more of a 200 runner. 20.23 is my 200 meter PB, but we found this year that by improving my 100 meter is going to allow me to come around the bend quicker and run the 200 faster. So that's what we're focusing on today. We've got a couple of weeks of training, which I'm going to show you all in this vlog. But we start from today, big day today, but I think I'll get 2 or 3 attempts to do the flying 30 and we'll take it from there. So I'm going to warm up now, full competition warm up. Let's go. So here we go, max velocity testing. Let's get warmed up, let's see how we get on, and let's make it a fast session. Let's go. So after managing to hit above 11 meters per second on my first attempt and a PB of 2.74 for my flying 30, my previous best from a training run was only 2.79. I got some feedback from my coach and the biomechanist, and now it's time to have another attempt. The aim with this one is to hit a similar top speed, but by running more smooth and efficiently, similar to how I would in a 200. Following the speed testing, I have to run 300 meters in less than 34 seconds to round off a bit of volume for the session. So we managed to get there in 33.9 seconds. Still felt nice and controlled, but the fatigue hit the last 50 meters because I was drinking headwind for probably about 200 meters of the run. Right, there we have it, session completed. I hit pretty much the same top speed on every single rep at between 11.05 and 11.1 meters per second, which is the fastest I've ever hit on a timing gate training run. Obviously I go quicker in competition, but that's just natural, you will do. I trained hard yesterday as well. I could still feel a bit of soreness in my legs, so very happy with the session. So far I've PB'd on almost every metric. So we're now on rest day. Well, tomorrow is rest day. I was running split 300s yesterday. Those are not included in this video, but if you want to see the session, check out last video. I've not shown the session again because it's pretty self-explanatory. Did it in flats, but it's just volume. Obviously in a competition, I'll be well rested, probably 72 hours before. So to be hitting 11.1 meters a second in the middle of heavy training, there's much more to come. And there's some technical things that we need to fix as well. My first 2 steps need to be more intentful, a bit longer. So I'm gonna go get some food now and then we'll come back on Friday in a bit. Good morning, good morning. As you've seen, so far it's been really good. Those of you that watched last video, we hit some amazing numbers. You'll have seen already that I've backed it up with some really good max velocity numbers. So basically, for the rest of this week, we've got a few different sessions that we've got to do. The main big session, which will be my final big session before the end of the camp, is going to be the 4200 once again. The aim is to somehow go faster than I did last week, and then there's a few other things around that, some more block starts, technical stuff, a bit more general fitness stuff as well. The main priority is outdoors, so we're not completely shutting off the volume, as I mentioned last episode as well, so we've got to keep that in the legs. Yeah, before we head down and do the next session, I'll just remind everyone that my offer with Magic Mind is still live, so if you want to go head to those guys and grab yourself a nice discount, you can get 45% off your first bundle with Magic Mind using my code. I've said it before, I'll say it again, one of the best supplements in the game. I've got a box waiting for me at home, which I'm going to be taking in the build up to my indoor season opener over 200 meters. I like to take it just as a straight shot. It wakes you up, gets you ready for the day. It's got a little bit of caffeine, gives you good energy, and keeps your brain focused throughout the day without having a caffeine crash, because all the ingredients are so well balanced. I've also just released a new product which is called Sleep Elixir, and I'm going to be trying that out as well when I get home, because I actually struggle to fall asleep on a night. I'm not one of those people that can just fall asleep straight away. I take a magnesium tablet that helps me with this, but I still struggle a little bit, so I'm going to be trying that out, and that sounds really good as well. Link in description, try it out for yourself, you won't regret it, honestly. Alright, so let's get ready, let's carry on with the week, let's go. So we're back for another block session. Obviously we hit some really good numbers on the max velocity, and if you watched last episode we hit some amazing numbers on this acceleration session, which we're repeating today. But first I have to do some heavier resistance runs. So after hitting some good heavy resistance runs up to about 20% of my body weight, we did a couple of block starts without the resistance. Obviously I'm feeling the fatigue a little bit with the last week of training, but we've got to get the job done, so let's go. Today is a big day, 4 times 200. We rested up the last couple of days to make sure that I'm good for this session. So today's the day. This is probably going to be the last super big session before I race. We have some speed work to do. We have some race modeling to do, but this is the last session where I'm going to put some serious work in. Let's get into it. Done this session last week. See if we can make the numbers even better. Smooth for the first 2, pick up for the third one, last one. Let's see what I've got. So let's do it again. Let's get after it. So after Friday's block session, I was starting to feel a little bit fatigued, a little bit worn down. So we moved this session a couple days later so that we could hit it really hard. Let's see how it goes.
I'd get blisters if I wear socks.
Really? Oh no, I've tried doing it before. Even if I wear socks that are too low, blisters instantly. I just feel like my feet move around too much.
Do you know what I used to do? You know the spray what the physios put tape on?
Yeah.
I used to spray my foot with that barefoot and they'd jam my foot into the spikes.
That mate, what? You just super glue yourself
My
in?
foot was just super glued into the spike. It was quite painful bringing it off, but I was like, you know what?
So as I briefly mentioned there, we've got 4x200 today, so 4 reps, each rep gets quicker. We're starting off with 23 seconds and the aim is to run 23, 22, 21 and 20. So let's get the session underway and see how we go. 3 reps down, 1 to go. So far, this has definitely been my best session yet. Those of you that watched last episode will know that I finished the last rep last week in 20.7, but I only ran 21.9 on the 3rd rep. So we're like a second up on total session time at the moment. So I've got probably about 10 minutes and we'll see what I've got left for this last rep. If I can close this 4th rep in under 21 seconds, hand timed, this will have been an outstanding session. Let's hold it together. 1 more rep, see what we've got left. Come on. I absolutely went for it on the last rep and managed to cross the line, hand timed, first foot down in 20.3 seconds. Absolutely massive session. We took a couple more minutes rest. We did them off about 12 minutes as opposed to 10 last week. 23.3, 22.1, 21.1, 20.3 seconds. Obviously, these are off first foot down timing, so the times are going to be a bit quicker than what they would be in a race. However, we've also got to factor in, I'm not using blocks. It's not a race scenario, this is training. And in a race, I wouldn't be 4 200s deep on the last rep. So if we factor all that in, all I know is we're in very, very good shape. It's looking very good. The times were much quicker than last week. The session overall was 1.4 seconds quicker, as you'll have seen the other day. Body was feeling a little bit drained, energy was low. I'd ran really quick, quite a few days on the bounce. So Richard said, look, we'll move this session, which was originally meant to be on Saturday. He said, we'll move it to Monday, which is today, and make sure we're ready to hit this hard today. And that is exactly what's happened. It shows you the value of being sensible and training smart. We've probably got 2 or 3 sessions left out in South Africa. So let's make the most of them. Some blocks and gym tomorrow and another endurance-based session, like speed endurance on Thursday, I believe. Let me catch you in a bit.
I just want you to see this is me. So please accept me for who I am. Yeah, please accept me for what I do. I'm just doing everything that I can. Yes, all I wanna be is you. So please accept me for who I am. Yeah, please accept me for what I do. It's best for me without you.
So after hitting that insane 200 meter session yesterday, we're back in the blocks working on some technical aspects. We're really trying to focus on my first 3 steps here and make some improvements. So let's see how it looks. So although I was feeling some fatigue from the 4x200 that I did yesterday, we still managed to get some good work done, focused on my technique, and now we're moving into the final session of training camp, which is an endurance session. We're going to do some repeat 100s back to back just to get a little bit of volume in the legs before we fly home. So this session essentially is just turnaround 100. So I'm going to be running the first one in around 12 seconds, the second one in 11 seconds. Let's get this session in the bag and round off an amazing training camp. Alright, that's it. Boarding the plane now. Alright, we're back home. It's been a successful training camp across the board really. The last 3 weeks have been really good. I feel in the best shape of my life. Indoors is starting now. My season opener is going to be on the 2nd of February in Glasgow. I'm running the 200 metres, so all I need to do now is piece together a good race. Also, I am aware that the last couple of videos I've not managed to review any footage. I mentioned that I'm going to be reviewing people's footage on the Speed Operation Instagram page. I am trying to reply to as many DMs as possible, so if you do want any footage reviewed, so that's block starts, top end running, next episode I will be reviewing some footage. So send your clips to the Speed Operation on Instagram and I'll pick a couple out next episode and I'll make sure that I review them. So yeah, things are looking good. I'm excited for the indoor season. Remember, back on the Magic Mind now that I'm home. This is going to fuel me going into the indoor season now. One of these every day. If you click on my special link, you'll be able to go and get yourself 45% off your first Magic Mind bundle. So if you want to check that out, use the link, get yourself some discount. You won't regret trying it. Really good stuff. That's going to fuel me this indoor season now. We're back in the UK, we're back home. Let's keep pushing now. Got a few sessions to do at home. Let's go. Thanks for watching as always. Like, subscribe, all of that. You know what to do. Next episode, we'll be racing. See you soon.